are starting a business, the very first step before you actually like, hey, my shirt, hey, my makeup, you want to buy anything, is going to be building a brand. Hey everybody, it's Stylish with Girl Start Over. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the second installment of the Women of God business series, where we are going to help you build confidence, get clarity, and execute your business idea that you know that God has called you to. So on today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about how to use what you have and what that first step is going to look like for you. Sometimes we literally so focused on a big picture that we don't make any steps. So today we're going to make a very small step, but I want to get into it this video, so keep watching. So God gave you this business idea, you have a business name, you have something you're thinking about. And before you even get to any steps, you quit. Everything seems overwhelming. You're like, I don't know what to do. Our last video, we talked about overcoming fear and excuses. And now that you know this business is also God's business and He's not leaving it to you by yourself, then you're going to be ready for some practical steps, girl. So today I'm going to talk about using what you have. Now, using what you have consists of, if you're watching me on YouTube, you either have a phone or a computer. I'm not asking you to file an LLC, a 501c3. I'm not asking you to do anything. We're just going to specifically talk about using what you have and what that may look like for your business. We're not going to go into any details about your business. We're just going to go into that very first step, using what you have. Say it with me. I don't need everything to do what God is asking me to do. Say it with me, sis. I don't need everything. I have what I need for now. And if I need some more, God is going to provide the rest, and I will have what I need to make the investments in the future. Say it, sis, and literally get it in your head. So usually when you are starting a business, the very first step before you actually like, hey, you want to buy my shirt? Hey, you want to buy my makeup? Hey, you want to buy anything? It is going to be building a brand. Now, building a brand pretty much trains people in your business name and what you actually do. So you can literally say it, do it as many times as you need be. You can literally create conversations that can be associated with your brand that brings people to you and to know you, because you are going to be able to create genuine connections. That's the purpose of your brand. So you're not just focused on selling things. As an entrepreneur, you truly working for the Lord, you can't be worried about so much of sales. It can't be really a sales everything. You're going to have to serve people with what God has done for you, your testimony, what you know, or what you're interested in. So let's just say, for example, if you're called to nonprofit organizations and you want to help children who are in abusive homes get out, and you need to raise money for those things. Maybe you have a testimony concerning that, and maybe God wants you to share your testimony. Maybe it's going to look like connecting with other individuals who have went through the same thing, but it's going to require you to open up, to become vulnerable. No, you don't have to tell all of your business, but you will have to give something about yourself that other people can relate to and say, wow, this happened to me. I would never want this to happen to another child or anything like that. And so what happens is you start creating conversations. As you start creating conversations, you're going to meet like-minded people who may either be in the situation and reaching out for help, or you're going to meet like-minded people who literally want to help do the same thing. And it may be somebody that you can partner with alongside. I want you to know, sis, right now with what you have, even if it's not everything that you want yet, or even if it's not everything that you're believing God for, you can use what you have. You can use the testimony that God has given, because that is the most powerful thing. Your life and your experience is the most powerful thing that is literally going to help save or change someone else's life. And remember, that's what it's all about. It's about transformation of someone else's life, not so much of you becoming a millionaire. God will do that, and He'll handle all those things in His time. But that's what it's about. So here's your first step. I want you to, whatever your business name is that you believe the Lord has given you, I want you to create a YouTube channel. I want you to create an Instagram page or a Facebook page. So I'm going to give you an example. I don't want you to make a logo. I don't want you to do anything. If your page is called Face Over Matter, all I want you to do is make a YouTube page called Face Over Matter, or an Instagram page or a Facebook page. I don't want you to do anything else. All other steps will be on the next installment. But here is why I want you to do this, because it is going to help you eliminate the excuse of, oh, I don't know how to talk on the camera. I don't know how to. No, it's not going to be any of that. If you want to build your business. It's going to require you to build your brand. It's going to require you to make connections with others. And you are going to have to pick a platform. You're going to have to pick a place where you can share your experience and share your testimony with others so that they're able to find it. So I just want to give you an example. So let's just say you wanted to start a grant writing business, right? And you want to start a grant writing business that helps faith-based entrepreneurs get grants. You are the grant writer. You know how to get grants approved. You know where grants are located. That's what you need to make you a YouTube channel about. Literally, get perfected in that on your YouTube channel and literally make videos on every type of question. Someone who wants to get grant funding, grant writing services, whatever the case may be. Literally, I want you to literally explicitly look up them questions on Google and see what people are typing in, because you will see you typed it in right in Google. Where can I find a grant writer? How can I find a grant? Quora is a very popular place where people are asking these questions. They're all trying to figure out answers to. What happens is if you make a YouTube video about it and then someone asks that question, your YouTube video is going to come up. So you have to work on answering questions in your YouTube channels. So that is why you're going to begin to create these social media pages, because you're going to begin answering questions. Now, I know that may sound like a lot, but don't worry, I didn't ask you to start figuring out questions yet. All I started to get you ready to do is just make that page, because you are going to have to get yourself out there. You're going to have to get your brand out there. If you are starting a makeup line, a skincare line, a hair care line, anything beauty related, you're going to have to build you a community. Women are looking for community. They're looking for sisterhood. They're looking for friendship. Just get on YouTube, get ready with me, my life, all of the things, all of the tea, makeup for women over 40, 50, 60, 20, whatever. And then also you're going to want to get on your Instagram and get on Reels and start making those quality get ready with reels there as well. And you can even start making fashion posts. You can do it on TikTok as well. It's not going to be requiring much of you to do anything. If you have a phone, you're going to have to use your phone. If you don't have the most perfect iPhone, listen to me. I was using an iPhone 12 and my iPhone was bogus. Here's when I started my YouTube channel. I didn't even have a good iPhone. In fact, I had my computer when I first started my YouTube channel. And then literally, I just got a new phone. So you're going to have to figure out what works for you, but not having a good phone or a cracked phone, whatever the case may be, isn't really a valid excuse, which we talked about eliminating. This is going to hold you accountable, sis. So you are starting that business. You are building that brand. So today, I just want to encourage you to use what you have. And I want you to know that what you have is enough. I'm going to show you right now that by you creating that YouTube account, by you creating that Instagram account, you have enough. Why do you have enough? Because there are people who make money off of YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. I was doing Facebook. I ended up becoming eligible to make money off of Facebook. I'm going to insert here, but I was having months where I was getting 20,000 and 30,000 months on Facebook of views naturally, organically. It wasn't from any ads. It was just literally that people were coming to my page. So I understand how to get traction. Understand that you posting the right type of content literally could change your life and your business. You're going to have to work on building your brand though. The goal isn't just to say, oh, I want to get paid off of social media, but the goal is to build something that's essentially going to help and transform other people's life. Now, on our next installment, we're going to get into the problem that you're solving. We're going to be breaking down the basics of your business and really cracking in that foundation. Today, I just want to get you ready to be prepared to use what you have. As we go forward about your business, as we go forward into understanding the problem that you solve, and when we finally get to the place where your business is an actual business that you can see, you have to be able to use what you have. Okay? So girl, start over. You need everything to do what God has called you to do. Let that be what you plan on your mind. You don't need everything in the world. You don't need everything to be perfect to do what God has asked you to do. Literally, you don't. You need the basics. You got the phone or you got a computer. That is the basic at the bare minimum. That's what you need, and that's what we're rolling with. So girl, start over. I'll see you on the next video.